Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 1 vs 1 SoloMid semi-finals of their open tournament. 1 vs 1. I know, I'm going to say that a lot. 1 vs 1, because that's what we're doing. Not 3 vs 3, not 2 vs 2. We're doing 1 vs 1. Game number 2 of Caesar going up against Wings of Death. We do have a little bit of a mix-up here. Now, game number 1 did go to Wings of Death, playing very, very superbly throughout all of his matches here. But he's going to go Corky again with the Teleport and Smite combo. He uses the Smite to take out that Wraith early on, and then he just uses it to smite down all those catapults because, hey, catapults, they destroy things like towers, which you really want to keep. So you want to win these games? First kill, first tower, something like that. And at this point, Wings of Death has been playing very superbly this entire game. So right now, his opponent, CesarJuc, he did take his quarterfinals matches. That's how he made it here to the semis. So by no means is he an easy opponent to kill. But he is going to be going Master Yi. He did just lose, unfortunately, with his Alistar build because, well, very likely because he, he went to town and then he teleported back and then he realized, oh crap, I didn't buy anything, which is very likely a big factor of why he lost the first game. Unfortunate, yes. Can we do anything about it? No. So now here are game number 2. So if Wings of Death can take this, he is going to be among the finalists for the whole prize pack. And talking about prize pack, I do have with me 2 SoloMid staff of both Reginald, who's going to be the streaming camera today, as well as Caddy, the tournament organizer. So Caddy, if Wings of Death here goes to the finals and then he wins the tournament, let's say, what's he going to win?
You'll have to give me a moment to pull up the prizes. We recently changed.
Oh, really? Alright, well, we'll come back to that then. My resident detectives have not given me any kind of insight, so let's take a quick look at Wings of Death. Has himself some extra attacks damage. He has that cloth armor as well as the health potions, and a little bit of attack speed, magic resist, and armor. Very likely he's going to do exactly what he's been doing this entire time, and I mean, it's a winning combination. Attack, damage, ranged hero seems to be his specialty, and Reginald there just actually gave me what you're going to be running. So, Triumphant Rise skin, $35, $25 in RP, and a champion skin bundle. Does that sound right, Caddy?
It does. And following up close to second place is $25 cash, $20 RP, and the champion bundle. No Triumphant Rise. Third place is going to be $15 cash dollars, $15 RP, and the champion bundle. And then down from there, it's going to be fourth place is going to be $15 RP with a champion skin bundle. And then from there, it's just going to be assortment of RP prizes from 5th to 8th place, 9th to 16th, and 17th to 32. And I just want to keep everybody in mind that all these prizes, after the tournament is around, I will put up brackets showing what prizes you have won from each according tournament. So everyone with prizes, just hold your jets and they will be handed out. After the tournament, we'll show you what you were getting, and then Riot will be handing those out to you a few weeks later because the transition to get your points will take just a little bit.
So there you go, folks. These guys are, playing for real prizes. It's not a for-fun tournament, so it is going to be bringing out the more competitive side of things. I have a little bit of inside information, so let's go over that. Caesar apparently running health quints, attack speed reds, mana per 5 yellow, and AP per level blues. And look at those alpha strikes going out, clearing these creep waves like a boss. So Wings of Death is apparently going to be sticking with his health quints, armor pen, his armor yellows, and his magic resist blues. Do you have anything to add to that, Mr. Caddy?
Nope, just seems like these guys, they're using their winning strategies, the ones that they've been using before, and it's obviously been paying. And I had from mine for Master Yi, it looks like he's running mana regen. He's also got a few attack speeds and some health and AP per. So and he's 9021, so it looks like a Meiji. It looks like he's just going again for deleting those creep waves and hoping to keep that this push into an anti-push.
Fun times. Yep, so we are in agreement, and let's just take a quick look here at the board. We do have Ignite and Ghost on... Nope, that's me. Never mind. We do have Smite and Teleport on Wings of Death, and we do have Teleport and Flash on CesarJuc. I'm just going to make sure to guard my tower. like a boss, because I'm rolled like that. But yeah, Caesar at this point, I mean, that was his winning combination. It did win him the quarterfinals by stacking up, again, with his fairy charms, which exactly we did see in that quarterfinal. And last time, if I do recall, he followed it up with boots and 2 Doran rings and just started really cleaning up these creeps. Now, of course, creeps are money, but past that, creeps don't matter whatsoever. There's no kind of restrictions or rules in place for them, but, you know, money is very important because when you do teleport back to town, you got to be picking up something, and if you don't have any bling bling to go shopping with, well, it's going to be a very fail shopping trip. Kind of like what happened in the last game, a very fail shopping trip. Unfortunate, yeah.
Seemed like he had gold, but no, he just, as soon as he got back, he wanted to get back, and so he teleported, and after he bought his health potions, didn't have time to buy his item.
Yeah, hopefully we won't see that this game. So I'm going to be guarding my tower if the other observers want to go guard theirs, and hopefully we're not going to get interrupted at all. Auto attacks going down on Caesar, but right now they are level 5 apiece. So now Wings of Death, he has been using the strategy of the teleport and smite. Off the bat, he goes for a Wraith. That gets him a nice little boost in level, and then during the matches, like, he won't leave to the jungle to go get a Wraith, but he'll actually use the smite on catapults. It's a great way to decapitate the strength of a creep wave push, but it also ensures that if he does get to his tower, that catapult is not going to be landing any shots on him. So Caesar, he's going to be jumping around here, going to actually take a lot of damage from that Alpha Strike simply because he got a little too close there to Wings of Death. And Wings of Death has decided now it's time for level 6. It's time to go home. I'm not sure actually he's going to get there. Yeah, the creeps are going to cover for him. He's going to go back to town. Caesar has just used a health potion and a meditate, I'm assuming. But was that what he used there, Caddy?
Yep, just a normal meditate, just trying to stay in his lane and outlast this Corki. Trying to get a little bit more gold probably so that he has a little bit more landing power than Corki when he comes back, because that's Yi's real power, you know. It's just, you know, mage pushing really early game with mana regen and AP and the meditate and just being able to stay there. So he's probably going to delay his back a little bit longer than Corki's and then be able to outdo him for a lot longer.
Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure it's going to work out in that favor. Wings of Death throwing down the big Bertha missiles on top of Caesar's head, but he has gone to town. He has fixed himself. That Wriggles Lantern, a very typical thing we've been seeing him do all tournament. That really wasn't worthy of an Alpha Strike there, Caesar, but hey, whatever. You wanted the creeps. I get it. He's actually, Wings of Death actually not going to go off into a jungle, but 53 creep kills to his name, 38 only for Caesar. I do believe Caesar's back in town. Ooh, I see an Olaf. Hi, Caddy, down there. Cool. And right now, as I said, you know, this Wriggles Lantern strategy for these ranged AD champions just seems to be the way to go for Wings of Death, and as I said, he's been playing it very well right now. Caesar has gone that same build, 2 Doran's rings, no boots though. He picked up the health and a mana potion, so he doesn't really want to care about the boots at this point. The Alpha Strike, if he needs to use it, will get him right up to Wings of Death, but Wings of Death, with that Valkyrie of his, I mean, that's going to be getting him out of range, no problem. Could be a very tough matchup for Master Yi. There goes a smite right now onto that catapult, so no catapult for you, and he's cleaning up these creep waves quite effectively. 65 creep kills now. Out goes the Master Strike. It does about 200-ish damage, maybe a little bit more than that, 205, but I don't know. Caesar's looking very much on the defensive. The tower's been chipped away, at least 400 hit points. We have 0 damage here for Wings of Death, and that Alpha Strike looked pretty ridiculous in its range. Like, what is the range on these Alpha Strike? Does it just go champion to, or minion to minion to minion to minion?
It's supposed to hit X amount. So if you find your champion at any point in the range of any of the creeps, you're gonna be hit by the Alpha Strike if you're one of the chosen targets. It's completely RNG though, so you might be missed.
Completely RNG. I don't know. I'm not much of a fan of depending on stuff like that. Oh god, I better not die. I think he cleared this creep wave down south a little too effectively. Anyways, Wings of Death in the mid, still with this Yi character in the mid, and I don't know, right now, as I said, Caesar is I'm totally not even holding my push to talk button. Oh man. Anyways, Wings of Death is off to get himself, okay, 3 wraiths, I suppose, with a phosphorus bomb. Jungling is permitted in these tournaments, guys. No problem. You're allowed to do that. There's no penalty at all. He has himself still that health potion. And Caesar, I don't know. I mean, how can a Yi defeat the Red Baron here, sir? How would he have to go about it in this game?
You know, honestly, it's going to be a tough task, but as he did before, it's probably going to be, you know, Master Yi, as I said, you know, tons of times, this Master Yi is going to delete creep waves, and and I mentioned earlier too that this once he gets under your tower, that Yi is going to do some devastating damage. But the good thing that Corki has is the blind, so Master Yi might be able to get close, but might not be able to do much. So it's not looking very strongly in the Master Yi's favor.
Yeah, it's definitely not. We have a little bit of extra damage going down here on the tower, about another 50 hit points. But I mean, these little chips, chip away, and that's going to be enough. Master Yi, it looks like he's going to be using that meditate a little bit, and that's the big power of Master Yi. He doesn't need those health potions to really stay healthy in his lane because he has a lot of mana regen between his 4 items there. Now we should have a teleport cooldowns coming up a little bit. Caesar going in a little aggressive, going to try to get some shots off here on Wings of Death, and he's going to retreat behind his creeps to well, their meat shield essentially at this point. But we're just passing the 10-minute mark, 10 minutes 15 seconds, so we should see those teleports start to come back up. We should see another round of items, then we're likely going to see a big clash here in the mid. So typical things that we like to see from Wings of Death after he gets that Wriggles Lantern, he'll go for some boots and then a little bit of armor. Now usually he'll go with that Negatron. Or the Null Mantle, but I don't know. What do you think he'll go here for the Yi? And before you answer that, let's just make sure that these auto attacks aren't going to be enough to take him out. Okay, good, cool, go.
Just as normal, he's probably going to go. You know, he's going to go probably another Negatron. You know, this Yi's majority damage is Alpha Strike, and the Yi really has nothing to do to a Corki. You know, he's going to get in range for melee, and Corki's just going to dive away or blind him, or you know. Just there's nothing that CesarJuc can do at this point. It's really not looking in his.
Well, level 10s are now achieved. We're going to have, as I said, just more auto attack chipping away at this tower. It's up to about 1,500 hit points now. We do have Corki off into the jungle a little bit. I don't think he used his smite. At this point, he doesn't really need to use that smite, but he used the Valkyrie to jump over the wall and get a little bit of extra stuff there. He's actually going back to town right now, and we're going to be seeing we should be seeing a teleport. Hopefully, yeah, okay, there we go. Teleport going down. Yi has got off a little bit of damage, about 300 damage on this now tower. And again, yeah, we're just sticking with it. Berserker's Greaves. That's a new boot. But yeah, Berserker's Greave going down now for Wings of Death, as well as that Negatron Cloak and some mana potions as well. 5 more health potions to keep him nice and healthy. You know, stay in that lane. We should be seeing some kind of backing here from from Caesar sometime soon. But he's going to take a lot of auto attack damage. He's going to try to dodge this damage. No, he's going to actually try to meditate through it, but at the same time, I mean, this catapult is just going to be jumping on this tower. That's a lot of free hits you don't want to be giving away, Caesar. So, no, he's finally going to come back a little bit, but those Bertha missiles hurt. Man, they really do a good number on him. He's likely going to be going back, but at the same time, Corki knows that if we can get rid of this creep wave right now, it could be a good amount of damage. It might even be the game ender, but no, I do see the teleport going off. Luke, I don't know why I want to call him Luke. Caesar is going to start deleting these waves. As he said, he's picked himself up a Hex Tech. Now, a Hex Tech on a Yi, yay or nay?
Normally, I would say nay, unless you're, of course, AP Yi. But, you know, in this 1v1, all these Alpha Strike spams are really going to just heal him up for more. So, it's a slightly good idea. It's going to give him a little bit laning power, but again, he's just going to fall, you know, he's just going to fall to this.
Okay, fair enough. So Hextech, he has himself those boots now, the enhanced movement 1. It's more the attack speed really for Corki. I mean, at this point, I don't think Yi could chase him down even if he wanted to. Whoa, good combo right there. Caesar taking a 200 or 300 hit point drop right there, and he left the mid lane. Yeah, that's fine. No, there's no restrictions there, but he'll be coming back. There he is, nice and meditated up. I mean, he does have a lot of mana to burn right here. The Alpha Strike going out. It does not really seem that Wings of Death cares about the Alpha Strikes at this point. He just really uses them as opportunities to get a lot of counter damage down. But let's take a quick look at the creep kills. This game, it's not exactly the longest game we've done yet, but 142 creep kills for Wings of Death, 106 for Yi, and I think those are the biggest numbers we've had to date. And we're about to hit the 14-minute mark. Typically, we start seeing the max power of these heroes come out because they're not really built for end game. At best, they're built for mid-game, typically more for the early. So we should start seeing some kind of big progress going down. I'm very impressed, though, that this tower for Wings of Death, I mean, there's only about 400 hit points missing. I think, yeah, 685 on Caesars. So very likely we're going to see a tilt here at one point. I mean, the first blood would be great. I'm not thinking it's going to be a first blood kind of game, though, Caddy.
Definitely not. You can see both of these guys are just denying any face time, really. I mean, CesarJuc doesn't want to take it. Wings of Death is starting to poke at him. He's starting to be a little bit more aggressive. You saw him laughing at him because he knows he's just slowly overcoming it.
I don't know. We're going to have to think of something here. So we are going to just have these towers chipped away. And we're just making sure our towers don't get chipped away in these other lanes, because then the whole game is null and void, which is garbage. So, yeah. Good job, Obs, keeping the game going. Good stuff. Anyways, Wings of Death. Right now, yeah, both heroes are just clearing these waves at an astronomical rate. And then it just turns into 1 versus 1s in the mid, and there's just nothing really to follow up there. So they just kind of end up, you know, backing off again. Wings of Death off to the jungle for a little bit of playtime with the Wraiths, and Caesar's just going to keep alpha striking at this point.
Well, it looks like we're slowly running out of things to commentate. These two are just finding a winning strategy, and they're really just pushing it to the limits.
Well, I'm level 8 with about 1,800 gold, so I win, clearly. And Wings of Death, they're just going to keep going back and forth. So the teleports went down about the 12-minute mark, and the cooldown on a teleport, on an untalented teleport, is it 5 minutes or 6 minutes?
Don't think it's that long. I think it's about 300 seconds, I believe.
That's
maybe
5. That's 5 minutes.
210 or 300, one or the other.
Anyways, okay, so let's say 5 minutes. And it was about the 12-minute mark, so we should see another round of item getting fairly soon. Within the next minute, minute and a half, we should start seeing both these guys go back to town. As I said, they've been creeping very well. 180 creeps now on Corki, 140 on Yi, which is, again, just impressive numbers, because really neither of them are missing a lot of those last hits. They both have a lot of tools at their disposal to clear these creep waves. So we might be in for an epic grind game here, which is... well, it's great and all, because it's showing, you know, these guys really equal skill and all that fun stuff, but at the same time, it's not so fun for the viewers, because this is a spectator sport, let's say it right, and yeah, we like to see that kind of action. Unfortunately, all we see is a lot of creep action at this point. So, Caddy, after this tournament, I think you're going to be taking a well-deserved break, huh?
Sadly, only a short break. We're gonna have about 2 weeks, and then we're gonna be having another tournament run by SoloMid. Information has yet to be released. We're still working out the details.
But it is in the works. People can expect more great tournaments coming out of SoloMid in the near future. Is that not right?
Very much. We are going to be hosting tons of tournaments and tons of opportunities to earn a lot of money via SoloMid.
Good times. Good times. I got a little bit of information here. Cooldown on teleport is 4 minutes, which is 240 seconds, and with the mastery, it's 235. So 4 minutes, not quite 5, 4. Great, awesome. Thank you, Elite Pants McGee, saving my ass yet again. All right, the Red Baron himself, he's gonna go back to town. And, nope, CesarJuc says, no, what are you doing, Luke? No, this might actually be a very big thing right now. No, he's going to try to out-heal it. Wow, 80 hit point ticks. Wings of Death is going to get out in front, though, but that's not a good spot to be, because you're going to be taking those creeps. I know you want to try to body block Caesar there. It's not going to work at all. So Caesar doing a little bit of tower diving. He's completely out of mana. Wings of Death trying to body block him, keep him there, but unfortunately, I mean, no stuns, no kind of slows. All we got are the big missiles and everything else. So Wings of Death, he really wants to go to town. He wants to get this next round of items off. I'm very curious to see what his build is going to be. And what do we got for Yi? Is he just going to be staying out?
Nope, he's heading back, and Still haven't bought anything yet, but I'm assuming he's gonna probably invest more into his pushing power. We'll see.
Alright, my tower is safe and secure.
Nope, comes back with a gunblade, looking for a big pit off.
I don't know about these guys. I guess after that round of shopping, they really wanted. But we have a Wits End on Wings of Death, and it's doing lots of damage, and it's gonna be enough. Wings of Death taking it. He went Wits End and just destroyed Yi because there's no more mana out of Yi, and that 1v1 fight really got him there. He must have been like, oh man, I got this. It goes to Alpha Strike and be like, oh no, no mana. So what did Yi even get out of that? I'm not too sure. As you said, okay, he had that gunblade, but he didn't have anything else, and Wits End taking the cake there. So 19.5-minute game, guys. Whew, good stuff. But that's going to be it, and Wings of Death is going to go on to the finals, but we have to do the other semifinals game first. So if you guys liked it, I know you didn't like the ramp-up period, but if you like that big energy at the end of the game, we're likely going to have more of that in the next semifinals game, so come join us if you will.